Abby.
And I'm Caitlin, and today we will be discussing the Shadow and Bone trilogy adaptation on Netflix.
By Leigh Bardugo. Thanks, Leigh.
Trademarks, copyright, I don't know.
Glad to have you back, boo. So last week, we discussed the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, which was adapted into a TV show by Netflix, April 23rd, 2021. That's when it aired. It's a super freaking good TV show, guys. It's good. So effing good.
Yeah.
I think partly is because of the cast they chose for the show. Because so far it's pretty similar to the books. They have added their own flavors into it. They're kind of combining the different series, which I really enjoy. It's a banger of a show.
Whenever I watched this show, I had just finished the first book. I hadn't read the second or third yet. And I also have not read Six of Crows. So that is like all new characters for me when I watched the show. But I was like super excited by the introduction of all of those characters. And I would rate it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably do 9 out of 10 as well. There was some stuff I wasn't like a big fan of, but there were more things that I enjoyed than I didn't. So definitely 9 out of 10. So some stuff that we really enjoyed about the TV show, like we said, it's better than the book. It just is.
No question.
And also the casting was 10 out of 10. The casting could not have been more spot on for this show. So we are introduced to new characters in this season. Whereas like the first trilogy only focused on like the Darkling, Alina, Mal, and Nikolai. This one also adds in the Six of Crows duology. So we get to meet Kaz Brecker, Inej, and Jasper. And also Nina and Matthias. And so it's like super, super cool that we get to see some backstory about all of them because you don't get to meet them until later series. So that was something that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. And they were intertwined really well because like they wrote them into the events of like the first Shadow and Bone book. Right. And they weren't characters in that book, but they are existing in that world at the same time.
Well, and that's the cool thing about it is that everything that happened with the Six of Crows actually did not happen in any of the books. So that was all brand new stuff that they wrote in. So it could lead up to what happens when they start the Six of Crows duology. So it's like the perfect transition.
Yeah, that was really great. And I'm sure Leigh had a lot to do with the writing of that. And she did a great job weaving it into her canonical story that already existed.
Yes. A huge fan of that. Added so much to it.
Definitely. Another thing that we really liked is the festival scene. Amazing.
Dude, it was so good. I don't know if it was like the festival, but like whenever they had like the giant meeting in the castle, like
yeah. The like whenever you saw all the keftas and like the different colors,
oh my God,
and
it was
you're
so
like,
good.
Wow, like these people, like they look beautiful, they look powerful, they all looked confident, and like they had like their own colors to signify what type of Grisha they are. Like it brought it to life beautifully, I thought.
Well, and something I thought was very interesting about that scene too. So in the original series, Alina wore a black kefta to symbolize that she was like with the Darkling. They were like of the same power. In the TV show, she actually refuses to wear the black kefta. So some stuff like changes, which makes me think that there are going to be some cool changes that they make that aren't going to necessarily follow along with the book plot.
And I think that fits her character better too.
Yeah.
Like, I think she would be like, no, like, so Alina, they end up making her own kefta. They make her a white one instead. And she's like, yeah, like that's me. I'm my own person. I'm my own Grisha with unique powers. And so I really like that. It makes her seem a lot more confident and sure of herself, which she was not in the book series whatsoever.
I'm pretty sure I said something that I like fucking loved about this was the kissing scene that they had between Ben Barnes and Jessie May Lee.
in the garden,
was
in that room,
in his bedroom,
in that dark room.
Listen, folks at home, that was the most beautiful and passionate on-screen kiss that I have ever witnessed in my life. Yeah. And I watched that episode probably 12 times just to see it, because Ben Barnes just stole the fucking show. So
I love you, Ben Bonds.
Ben Bonds, I love you so much, Ben Bonds. So whenever they had the kissing scene, so first of all, they make out. It's cool. You can feel the on-screen chemistry. Like, it is perfection, but they pull away. He walks off screen and then he comes back again. And that was a creative choice that Ben Barnes made in the heat of the moment to come back and kiss her. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I'm in love with both of you.
I'm being seduced by him. Or I'm being slowly seduced. I don't remember what the thing is, but yeah, he made the right choice. It was beautiful. It added to the passion. Jessie May Lee, also an amazing actress. She was like, okay, I love this choice. And she full on like fed into it. It was freaking beautiful.
Their real friendship and chemistry and everything is just top notch.
Yeah. Amazing job by them. I agree. That was a beautiful scene.
Yes. Some stuff that we didn't like about the show. So there's not a lot I did not like about the show. I feel like some of the dialogue was kind of cheesy, but I also think the book was kind of cheesy in some parts. I wish they had, adapted it a little bit better so that we weren't actually being word for word, because some of the stuff I was just like, ew, cringy.
Yeah, because it was, okay, let's be honest, some of it was just not well written. So like we could have revised it a little bit.
Like, you could have taken some creative liberties with that script.
Yeah.
Luckily, it wasn't like often, but it's just like, I don't know, like there was one scene, it was like right after like the Darkling had rescued Alina from like when he very first was like taking her to the little palace, and they were like hijacked on the way there
by the assassins.
She like falls off of her horse, and he comes in with his magic fingers and like slices all of them up and stuff with his shadow daggers, and he like picks her up and she's fucking got like dirt on her teeth and she's like smiling at him, and I was just like,
ew,
what kind of choice was that we made here? Like
that also, like, yeah, what were we trying to convey? Like, are we trying to say, like, are we trying to make her seem like childish? Because
right.
If that's the case, then that's gross, because
he is
200.
Like, he's old. He's an old man.
So I don't know. That was probably Leigh being like, no, he's a rapist. We need to make him creepier.
He's not a rapist, Leigh. Fuck off.
Don't do our man like that.
God, make some better choices.
We also kind of feel like they cut off quite a bit of the bonding time between the Darkling and Alina, because Alina in the TV adaptation, she spends less time at the little palace and ends up cutting ties with the Darklings sooner, because like it follows the events of the entire first book basically. So it's like they don't become friends really, first. Yeah, they just kind of portray him like sweeping her off her feet, but it's like that meaning isn't really there because they didn't build a bond. He just kind of like is like, all of a sudden I'm going to seduce her, I'm going to kiss her, and she's like into it, but the emotions aren't running deep between them in the show.
And I will say that's what I did like about the first book so much, was that we did fall in love with the Darkling the same way Alina did. And like they built like a mutual respect for each other. Like he took her and like gave her like education that she needed, helped her train, helped her with literally anything she needed. And she was there at the little palace for a long time.
He like wined and dined her first. He didn't just like get to macking, you know what I mean?
But I also feel like in the book, he wasn't supposed to be like this, like, I know he was intimidating, but like in the TV show, like Ben Barnes just had such like an intimidating presence and like just kind of like gave off this vibe right off the rip. And that's not the same vibe I got from the book Darkling. Like I feel like he like was definitely supposed to be like this war general, but who had like a soft side to him.
Yeah, like he was supposed to really care for his Grisha, and like
and that's not what I got from.
Yeah, in the book he was more big brotherly to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like more cool family. Yeah, he's not a regular dad. He's a cool dad.
He's a cool dad. And in the TV show, no, he was just like very like in your face, like
in the TV show, though, he's not a cool dad. He's a DILF.
He is. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Stolen words right out of my mouth.
Love you, Ben Bonds.
Love you, Ben Bonds. But that's really the only thing that I didn't love about the TV show. Everything else was perfection. There were a lot of plot changes and like creative liberties they took, which is fully fine with me because they needed to. The biggest one being the inclusion of the Six of Crows storyline. So we start off with Kaz, Inej, and Jasper, who are basically like this little ragtag group of thieves.
I love them.
They're in a gang and they take a bid to like basically kidnap Alina. I just think it was a super neat inclusion. It kind of gave some depth to the story because while the first book was good, it definitely did lack some depth. Mm-hmm. There was only your one storyline that you had, and so adding that second storyline just really like gave some more interest to it, I think.
Also, the amazing, gorgeous on-screen kiss was born out of creative liberties and acting choices that I fully support.
Yeah, good for you, Ben. Good choices you've made. Something that they changed in the TV show that they didn't do in the book, we did not learn the Darkling's real name until the second book, maybe?
Yeah, like that little, because he tells Alina. Right.
Yeah, maybe it was the first one. I don't even remember. But we do not learn his name until way later in the storyline because it's supposed to be like this super secretive thing. Like he does not want
because they don't want him to, he doesn't want people to figure out that he has been alive for all this time. Right. Because then they'll know that he's the Black Heretic, which is not what his image is right now.
But in the TV show, yeah, he's like, no, call me Alexander. And it's like, whoa, we're not supposed to know that, sir.
Yeah. But I guess maybe
they're changing the storyline.
Maybe they're changing the storyline, but I don't know, the Black Heretic is still the one responsible for creating the Fold in the TV series. So
right. Well, maybe they do find out in the first book because like they find out he's the Black Heretic and Bagman tells her.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they do it like first episode, like she's like calling him the Darkling. He's like, no. Call me Alexander.
I mean, maybe it's just
like,
the name he gave himself.
But like
I don't know. I don't know. Another thing is the amplifier, the bone collar.
Yes.
Fugly.
What the fuck? Like she's got like in the book, it's supposed to be like just this really cool like antler necklace. No, in the TV show, it's coming out of her body.
It's like a chest plate embedded into her like collarbone.
But I don't know. She can't even turn her head.
Yeah, like it's weird as hell. And it was just supposed to be like a dope ass necklace made out of bones, but now it's just like she's a monster. She's a Frankenstein.
What is this?
I don't know.
The creative liberties that they took with the way the Grisha like did their like transmutation of objects, like
only way they can like summon their powers is first they have to touch their hands together. They have to touch first, and then they can use their powers.
But let me tell you what, Finn Barnes knew what he was doing because the Darkling used 2 fingers and a thumb to do literally all of his magic stuff. Like, whoop. The hand gestures, I'm a big hand person, like, can't even begin to describe what it is. But, like, I loved that. And, like, they made that, like, a focal point in the TV show.
It was erotic.
It was erotic. And I was like, Ben Barnes, please.
What is that TikTok audio that's like, boy, is this wrong, but boy, is it erotic. I don't know. I don't know what it's from, but yeah.
My God. Yeah. Like whenever he cut that dude open, he's got like his fingers fucking up, just like slicing through it. I was like, stop it right now.
Look like a fucking sexy ass flight attendant.
Sheesh.
I'll tell you what.
the next thing I want to talk about is just casting choices that Leigh Bardugo made. So just kind of going through, one by one, the different main characters that we had here. So the cool thing about the casting was that Leigh Bardugo was very involved with the casting choices. So she actually, before she even dreamt up this as a TV show, she had fan casted Ben Barnes as the Darkling and got him on board for the TV show. And so it was like a dream come true for her, which I think is so fucking cool.
Even Leigh Bardugo fangirls over Ben Barnes.
Yes. So like she had a huge hand in picking the cast, and I think that's why it ended up so good. A lot of the characters, these were breakout roles for them, so they are not super well known, which I think is amazing. We should do that with every TV show.
Yeah.
Because some actors are overrated.
You want to pick the actor that fits the character. You don't want to just stunt cast people.
Henry Cavill for everything.
Oh my God. If one more of you motherfuckers
cast
Henry Cavill in anything as the love interest in anything,
any tall, dark, handsome man, it's not always Henry Cavill.
It's not. And okay, is Henry Cavill an attractive person?
Yeah.
Does he belong as the love interest in literally every story? No. Y'all need to calm down.
First of all, teeth, and you need to fuck off.
He's got that British smile, and isn't it? And listen, guys, I'm not saying, but okay, he's old. He's older.
He's kind of fucking creepy too.
He is also a little bit as a person. Yeah, he's a little bit creepy. He is an old man who dates very young women, and that is the behavior of a predator. I'm just saying.
And it's listen, I get age gaps, but he's dating 20-year-old women.
Exclusively.
That is barely I don't want to get into it, but
it's it would be one thing if you fell in love with someone and there happened to be an age gap, but when it's literally every single person that you're dating,
he's into younger women.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. Henry, if you're listening, cut it out.
Henry, date me. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. I don't love you.
I don't love you.
Or your weird teeth.
You're fine. You're fine. But guess what? You're not the fan cast choice for me.
Have I figured out who it is yet? No, I haven't.
But it's not Henry Cavill.
But it's not you.
Leave him alone, everybody. Just kidding. Don't come for him. We're just kidding about the age gap stuff.
Yeah, Henry, don't sue us. But Ben Barnes was selected for the role of the Darkling. I think he could play literally anything he wanted to ever. When we were doing our fan casting for the Akatar TV show, Ben Barnes was up there for me for Rhysand. Yeah. He's not the fit, but he could be.
He's not exactly. It's so hard for me because even
I actually don't know in my head what Rhys looks like.
Yeah, I still don't have someone that I'm oh yes, that would be the perfect Rhysand.
Me either.
But Ben Barnes would be a much better fit than a lot of other choices that I've seen flying around. So,
it's a pretty solid choice.
Yes.
But he was a fantastic Darkling.
Yes, absolutely. And I absolutely agree with Leigh's vision from the beginning that he should have been the Darkling,
because he has just this ageless quality to him where but the man is 41 years old. He's older, but he doesn't look a day over 30, and I love that for him.
Yeah, he is a very he aged very well.
He always has.
As far as I know, I don't know anything about Ben Barnes' dating life. I don't think he exclusively dates people half his age, which is great. That's a bonus.
Good for you, Ben.
I'd have to look further into it, so don't quote me on that.
I do know there was some weirdness that whenever the TV show very first came out, because he had such good chemistry with Jessie May Lee, and that people are hey, she's pretty young. I mean, she's probably our age, not the youngest she could be, but people are it's kind of weird, but it's not.
It's not. Well, I mean, it's not because
it is, but
they're acting. So for that reason, it's not weird, but it is weird. But also in the books, the Darkling is like fucking 2 centuries old.
Yeah.
And Alina is like 18 or 19. Like she is like fresh
young blood.
She is, you know,
she's a
like
baby.
She's just became legal. You know, it ain't right.
But yeah, that Alina is played by Jessie Mae Lee. For those of you who don't know, she is an Asian American actress. She is amazing. She also uses they them pronouns too, if you ever want to. Yep. So
good to know.
Also goes by they them. But she's super cool. She is an LGBTQ actress, which I always love to see.
Speaking of, Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So glad you're all here with us.
Love to celebrate with all of our friends. All of our 5 listeners.
Yes. Major allies. Kidding. We love you so much. It's a safe space for you. But she's super cool. This was a pretty big breakout role for her as Alina Starkov.
And but she did it justice.
Yeah.
She made me like Alina because I don't like book Alina, but I love TV Alina.
She was really funny.
Yeah. She gave Alina the personality that she was missing in the books.
Definitely. And she also just had this like innocence to her. And I think that's just how like she is as a person in real life too. She's just a very pure like person, and that really reflected in her acting, which I liked.
Yeah, which honestly like fits again the character really well because Alina is super young. She's put into this role of like being an important leader, like randomly. So yeah, it's very fitting. Okay, so Mal, as much as we hate him in the book, we thought that Archie Renault, he did a wonderful job playing him. Like he is your typical himbo best friend. He's an attractive guy, and he and Jessie Mae Lee have a really wonderful relationship in real life as well, which translates into them being best friends on screen. Again, really good chemistry between them. And he is like, I don't really know that I pictured anyone for Mal when I first read the book.
He makes sense though.
But he does. He makes sense. Like Mal is supposed to be a good looking guy who like gets the ladies. So that's Archie. He's a good looking dude. But he's also supposed to be like a little bit like shrimpy, you know?
Yeah, like, he's not like classically beautiful like Ben Barnes is. But he wasn't supposed to be. He was supposed to be rugged.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a rugged, like good looking guy who just is a soldier, a poor soldier in the army. Like that's Mal. So he looks the part, and he also did a really good job.
Yeah, I really enjoyed his character. I don't enjoy the character, but I really enjoyed him as an actor. I freaking loved the picks for the Six of Crows. So starting with Kaz, Jesper, and Inej, our favorite crows with traumatic pasts. They are fantastic. So Freddie Carter plays Kaz Brecker. Amita Suman, she plays Inej, and then Kit Young plays Jesper.
I love Jesper.
And like in the books, he's literally Kit Young. Like Kit Young is Jesper.
Okay, I thought that. I mean, I didn't know anything about the character beforehand, but I thought they did an amazing job. All of them.
They are exactly how I pictured the characters. It is so fucking crazy.
I love that.
Freddie Carter, who plays Kaz. So in the book, Kaz is supposed to be just this very tall, sharp-looking young man. So like sharp facial features, like slick back hair. And like that is Freddie Carter. And I thought that was so freaking cool. Like that's who I pictured.
Yeah, his bone structure is immaculate.
Yeah, like he just has like sharp features. And then Inej is just supposed to be this very beautiful, like I think she was supposed to be more of like Indian or like Asian type descent, and that's what Amita Suman is. She's gorgeous, she's amazing, she's a badass, and then your comedic humor, which is Kit Young.
They like their characters are such a great addition to the story of the first book, and
on top of that, they're best friends in real life. Like on social, we'll talk about social media here in a second, but like they're all just such good friends, and I love that so much.
That makes the show so much better.
The chemistry.
Everything is just perfect about the casting, like we said.
Yes.
Additionally, the characters of Matthias and Nina were added.
I love them so much.
I'm very interested in their storyline, so
They're
did a
also in
good
Six
job
of
hooking
Crows.
me. Yeah, so Matthias is played by Callahan Skogman, and Nina is played by Danielle Galligan. And oh my God, if the chemistry between Ben Barnes and Jessie Mae Lee was good, the chemistry between these two
5 times
is phenomenal. Whenever they're like in that
in the
like
bed,
hut, yeah, like cuddling for warmth, and they're
I was like, fucking stop right now, make out right now.
The one bed trope. Are you shitting?
That's my favorite fucking trope.
And enemies to lovers. Oh my God.
I eat that shit up for breakfast.
Yeah, amazing. Like I said, have not read Six of Crows yet, but I want to because of the portrayal of Matthias and Nina in the TV show. So
well, and same thing, Danielle and Callahan are such good friends in real life. Like they go visit each other in like their respective countries, because Callahan is actually from the United States. He's from like Wisconsin or something, and like you'd never guess that based off of his sick accent that he does for Matthias. But yeah, they are just so freaking cute. I love them. I love all their friendships. I love that they love each other. On their social media presence, which I wanted to talk about anyway, like first of all, if you want to follow any updates, they're all on Shadow and Bone, Netflix, on Instagram, but go follow the entire cast on Instagram because I did, and it was the best choice I've ever made because, like I said, they're all just pals.
I love
like,
that.
Every
That's so
single
fun.
one of them, they all hang out together.
Like, I mean, I'm glad that they're pals and stuff, but they must know that's great marketing for the show. Like, yes, kudos to them. That's a great dynamic.
I love that shit.
I mean, I have Instagram. That's basically like the only social media.
That's it. That's all I use.
Instagram and TikTok, I guess, but I don't really post usually, but keep a lookout. Tabby and I might make a TikTok account. And
we're trying our best. We're kind of boomers.
We'll see. Yeah, we're kind of boomers. We came into the TikTok scene a little late, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do love Instagram. I will probably go follow each and every one of them.
Do it. It's the best choice you'll ever make because their content, like every time I see them like posting pictures of the cool stuff they get up to and like all the different countries they're filming in, like it just fills my heart with joy.
Yeah. Well, I love that. I love people having a good time and beautiful places. In season 2, we're going to be getting an introduction to characters like Nikolai, our favorite pirate prince, and Toya and Tamar, our favorite henchman / henchwoman. And they are amazing characters. I love their dynamic so much. I love, again, that they have like defected from the Darkling as Grisha and devoted their service to Nikolai. They're very loyal characters and they're a good team. And I'm also really excited to see more characters from the Six of Crows duology.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we get some more background on Nikolai and some of his adventures as a pirate, because we don't really get that in the book, and I think that'd be cool. So I'm super excited to see how season 2 goes. The ending of season 1 was phenomenal. Basically, they just left off where the Darkling is like all scarred up and shit, and he has a shadow creatures, and he's like, follow. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I will follow you to the ends of the earth, Ben Barnes.
Okay, Ben Barnes, I'm following. You don't have to tell me twice. Yeah, I would love to see more of Nikolai's adventures because Sturmhond is like a notorious pirate. Like people know about Sturmhond. Yeah, so like obviously it would be dope to see like where the legends come from. Like why is Sturmhond revered?
Yeah, that wraps up our spiel on Shadow and Bone trilogy as well as the TV show. We probably won't talk about it ever again. So Leigh Bardugo, it's been a pleasure.
Tune in next week.
We are going to be doing the Ravenhood trilogy, which is one of my absolute favorite series in the entire world. I am so excited for everyone to read along with us as we do this series. The first one is called Flock. It's by Kate Stewart. Buy it if you don't. It's free on Kindle Unlimited if you have that. 10 out of 10, guys.
So we will be, I know we crammed the Shadow and Bone trilogy into like one episode basically, but we will be doing each of these books individually just because
they're so good.
We get to do what we want. Okay. So we will be splitting it up. So the only one that you guys need to have read by that day is the first one.
Tune in next week. And as always,
let's get lit.